Hello, my dedicated English learners. Welcome back to our channel. I want to ask you an honest question, and please think about this carefully. How many times have you started learning English with great excitement, only to stop after a few weeks? Maybe you bought a textbook and used it twice. Maybe you downloaded a language app and forgot about it. Maybe you promised yourself you'd practice every day, but somehow life got in the way. If you're nodding your head right now, you're definitely not alone. This isn't really about English. It's about something much more important: self-discipline. Today, we're going to explore why we give up on things we really want, and more importantly, how to build the self-discipline to keep going. We'll learn practical vocabulary for talking about habits, consistency, and personal development. But here's what makes this lesson special. These aren't just English words, they're life skills. By the end of today, you'll have both the English vocabulary and the practical strategies to stay consistent with your goals. If you like this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us. Think of self-discipline as a skill, not a personality trait. Some people aren't naturally disciplined. They've simply learned the right techniques. Today, I'll teach you 7 proven strategies that actually work. Ready to build both your English and your consistency? Let's begin. First, let's understand what self-discipline really means and learn the vocabulary to talk about it. Key vocabulary: self-discipline equals the ability to control your behavior and stick to your goals. Consistency equals doing something regularly over time. Willpower equals mental strength to resist temptation and keep going. Motivation equals feeling excited or inspired to do something. Habit equals something you do automatically without thinking. Here's an important distinction. Motivation gets you started, but self-discipline keeps you going. Motivation is like a spark. It's exciting, but it doesn't last long. Self-discipline is like a steady flame. It's not always exciting, but it burns consistently. Phrases for talking about discipline. I'm building self-discipline. I want to be more consistent. I need to stick to my goals. I'm working on my habits. I want to develop willpower. Practice with me. I'm building self-discipline. I want to be more consistent. Good. Common challenges with discipline: procrastination, delaying or avoiding tasks. Burnout, exhaustion from trying too hard. Inconsistency, not doing something regularly. Temptation, wanting to do something that conflicts with your goals. Overwhelm, feeling like there's too much to handle. The good news: self-discipline is a skill you can learn and improve, just like English. You don't need to be naturally disciplined. You just need the right strategies. Key insight: the most successful people aren't the ones who never struggle. They're the ones who have systems to keep going despite the struggles. Now, let's learn the first two strategies that will transform how you approach any goal. Strategy 1. Start with tiny habits. The biggest mistake people make is starting too big. They say, I'll study English for 2 hours every day. Then after 3 days, they quit because it's too much. Key vocabulary: tiny habits. Tiny equals very small. Manageable equals easy to handle or control. Momentum equals the force that keeps something moving. Compound equals to grow by building on itself. And sustainable equals able to continue for a long time. Teaching note: this prevents the all or nothing thinking that leads to giving up. The tiny habits principle: make your habit so small that you can't say no to it. Examples of tiny habits: instead of study English for 1 hour, try learn one new word daily. Instead of exercise for 45 minutes, try do 5 push-ups. Instead of read English books, try read 1 paragraph in English. Phrases for tiny habits: I'm starting small. I'm taking baby steps. Small progress is still progress. I'm building momentum. Consistency beats intensity. Strategy 2. Focus on systems, not goals. A goal is what you want to achieve. A system is what you do every day to get there. Key vocabulary: systems. System equals a set of regular actions or procedures. Process equals the steps you take to achieve something. Routine equals a regular pattern of behavior. Daily practice equals something you do every day. Long-term equals extending over a long period of time. Teaching note: systems create automatic behavior, reducing dependence on motivation. The difference: goal: I want to speak fluent English. System: I practice English for 15 minutes every morning. Goal: I want to lose weight. System: I walk for 20 minutes after dinner. Why systems work better. Goals can feel overwhelming. Systems feel manageable. Goals depend on motivation. Systems become automatic. Goals focus on the future. Systems focus on today. Phrases for systems thinking: I'm focusing on the process. I have a daily routine. I'm building sustainable habits. I trust the system. I take it one day at a time. Your English system could be 10 minutes of listening practice each morning, learning 3 new words during lunch break, speaking to yourself in English while cooking, watching 1 English video before bed. Practice: what's one tiny English habit you could start today? Think of something so small it would be silly not to do it. Let's explore 2 strategies that make staying disciplined much easier
and more enjoyable. Strategy 3, make habits attractive. If something feels like punishment, you won't stick with it. The secret is to make your habits enjoyable or rewarding. Key vocabulary: attractive habits. Reward is something pleasant you give yourself. Enjoyable is fun or pleasant. Motivation is reason for doing something. Incentive is something that encourages you to act. Self-bribery is rewarding yourself for good behavior, the host's playful term. Teaching note: positive reinforcement is more sustainable than self-punishment. Ways to make English practice attractive. Listen to English podcasts about topics you love. Watch English shows you genuinely enjoy. Reward yourself with a small treat after studying. Practice English while doing something you like: walking, cooking. Join online communities where people encourage each other. Phrases for attractive habits. I'm making it fun. I reward myself for progress. I combine business with pleasure. I enjoy the process. I look forward to practice time. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us. Strategy 4. Design your environment for success. Your surroundings can either help or hurt your discipline. Make good choices easier and bad choices harder. Key vocabulary: environment design. Environment is your surroundings. Visible is easy to see. Accessible is easy to reach or use. Temptation is something that makes you want to do the wrong thing. Cue is a signal that reminds you to do something. Teaching note: this reduces reliance on willpower by making the right choice the easy choice. Physical environment tips: keep English materials visible. Books on your desk, apps on your phone's home screen. Remove distractions. Put your phone in another room while studying. Prepare for success. Set out your notebook the night before. Create a dedicated study space. Social environment matters too. Spend time with people who support your goals. Join English learning communities. Find friends who are also improving themselves. Limit time with people who discourage your efforts. Phrases for environment design: I'm setting myself up for success. I'm removing temptations. I'm making the right choice easier. I'm surrounding myself with support. Out of sight, out of mind. Practical example: if you want to practice English in the morning, put your English book next to your coffee maker. When you make coffee, you'll see the book and remember to practice. Let's cover 3 final strategies that address the mental aspects of self-discipline. Strategy 5. Manage your willpower strategically. Willpower is like a muscle. It gets tired throughout the day. Use it wisely. Key vocabulary: energy management.
Willpower equals mental strength to do difficult things. Peak energy is when you feel most alert and focused. Depleted equals used up, exhausted. Strategic equals planned and thoughtful. Mental fatigue equals tiredness in your mind. Teaching note: this helps people work with their natural energy rhythms, not against them. Energy management tips. Do your most important tasks when your energy is highest. Many people have peak energy in the morning. Schedule English practice for your best time of day. Don't try to do everything when you're already tired. Phrases for energy management. I use my peak energy wisely. I work with my natural rhythms. I save my energy for what matters. I'm strategic about timing. I listen to my body. Strategy 6. Automate decisions. Every small decision uses mental energy. Automate routine choices to save energy for what matters. Examples of automating decisions: always study English at the same time. Use the same app or book series. Have a standard breakfast so you don't have to think about it. Lay out clothes the night before. Strategy 7. Use accountability. Having someone check on your progress makes a huge difference. Key vocabulary: accountability. Accountability equals being responsible to someone else. Check in equals to contact someone and share progress. Support equals help and encouragement. Partner equals someone who works with you toward a goal. Commitment equals a promise to do something. Accountability options: study buddy or language partner, online learning community, family member who asks about your progress, teacher or tutor, progress journal you share. Phrases for accountability: I'm accountable to my study partner. I check in with my progress weekly. I have support from my community. I share my goals with others. I'm committed to showing up. You now have 7 powerful strategies for building self-discipline. Remember, this isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent. Your self-discipline toolkit. Start with tiny habits, so small you can't say no. Build systems, not just goals. Make habits attractive and rewarding. Design your environment for success. Use your peak energy strategically. Automate routine decisions. Get accountability support. This week's challenge: choose one strategy and apply it to your English learning. Start tiny, maybe just 5 minutes of daily practice at the same time each day. Key phrases to remember: progress, not perfection. Consistency beats intensity. Small steps lead to big changes. I'm building sustainable habits. I trust the process.
Which strategy resonates most with you? Tell me in the comments. Also, what's one tiny English habit you'll start this week? Remember, self-discipline isn't about being hard on yourself. It's about being kind to your future self by making choices today that will help you tomorrow. You have everything you need to build the consistency you want. The only question is, which tiny step will you take first? Thank you for learning with me today. Keep building those positive habits, keep practicing your English, and keep believing in your ability to grow. Until next time, be patient with yourself, be consistent with your actions, and remember, you're not just learning English, you're building life skills that will serve you forever. Goodbye for now, my disciplined English learners.
Hello, my wonderful English learners. Welcome back to our channel. I have a question for you, and I bet many of you will say yes. Do you want to improve your English speaking, but you don't have anyone to practice with? Maybe your family doesn't speak English. Maybe your friends are too busy. Maybe you feel too shy to find a language exchange partner online. If this sounds like you, today's lesson is going to change everything. I'm going to teach you 7 powerful methods to practice English speaking completely alone. No partner needed. Here's something that might surprise you. Some of the best English speakers I know practiced mostly by themselves. They didn't have conversation partners, but they found creative ways to practice speaking every single day. Today, we're going to learn practical techniques you can use right now in your room with no one else around. You'll learn vocabulary for talking about language learning, phrases for self-practice, and most importantly, you'll discover that you already have everything you need to improve your speaking. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us. By the end of this lesson, you'll never again think, I can't practice speaking because I'm alone. You'll think, I can practice speaking because I'm alone. Let's start. The first and most important technique is also the most surprising. Stop translating in your head. Let me explain what most people do wrong. They think in their native language, then try to translate to English. It's like having a slow internet connection. Everything takes too long. Key vocabulary. Translate means change words from one language to another. Native language is your first language, your mother tongue. Fluent means speaking smoothly and naturally. Delay is a pause or wait time. Automatic means happening without thinking. The problem with translation. When you translate, your brain does this. Think in Spanish, find English words, put them together, then speak. This creates delays and makes you sound robotic. Native speakers think directly in English. The solution? Train your brain to think in English. Start small and simple. Don't try to think complex thoughts in English immediately. Technique 1. Narrate your daily actions. While you're doing everyday activities, describe them in simple English. I'm making coffee. I'm checking my phone. The weather is nice today. I'm feeling hungry. Practice with me now. Look around your room and describe 3 things you see. I see a lamp. There's a book on the table. The window is open. Technique 2. Simplify when you get stuck. If you can't think of a complex thought in English, make it simpler. Instead of, I am feeling overwhelmed by my responsibilities, think, I have too much work today. Instead of, I need to purchase groceries for dinner preparation, think, I need to buy food for dinner. Teaching note: simplification is a key strategy for building fluency. Vocabulary for simplification. Simple means easy, not complicated. Complex means difficult with many parts. Stuck means unable to continue or move forward. Rephrase means say the same thing in different words. Break down means make something simpler by dividing it into parts. Technique 3. Set English thinking time. Challenge yourself. Set a timer for 5 minutes. During this time, think only in English. When your native language appears in your mind, gently switch back to English. Useful phrases for self-talk. What am I thinking about? How do I feel right now? What do I need to do today? What do I see around me? What sounds do I hear? Practice challenge. For the next 2 minutes, think only in English. Describe your current situation, your feelings, and what you plan to do after this lesson. Don't worry about mistakes. Just keep thinking in English. Now, let's move from thinking to actually speaking out loud. Don't worry, you're alone, so there's no pressure. Technique 4. Talk to yourself. This sounds crazy, but it works. Talking to yourself builds confidence and helps you practice forming sentences. Ways to talk to yourself. Describe what you're doing. Now I'm watching an English lesson. The teacher is explaining something interesting. Explain something as if teaching. Coffee is made from coffee beans. First, you grind the beans. Have imaginary conversations. Hi, nice to meet you. My name is... Teaching note: self-talk removes the pressure of having an audience while building speaking habits. Vocabulary for self-talk. Describe, explain what something is like, explain, make something clear and understandable, imaginary, not real, existing only in your mind. Confidence, belief in your ability to do something. Out loud, speaking so you can hear your own voice. Technique 5. The shadowing method. This is one of the most powerful techniques. Shadowing means copying a native speaker immediately after you hear them. How to shadow? Find a short video or audio clip, 30 to 60 seconds. Listen to one sentence, pause the video, repeat exactly what you heard. Try to copy the speed, tone, and rhythm. Teaching note: shadowing trains both your ears and mouth simultaneously. You don't need to understand every word. Focus on copying the sounds and rhythm. Good materials for shadowing. News clips. They speak clearly. Children's shows. Simple language. Movie trailers. Short and dramatic. Podcast introductions. Vocabulary for shadowing. Shadow. Follow closely. Copy immediately. Rhythm. The pattern of sounds and pauses. Tone. The emotion or attitude in someone's voice. Copy. Do the same thing as someone else. Mimic. Imitate someone's actions or speech. Technique 6. Imitation practice. Choose one native speaker you really like, maybe an actor, YouTuber, or news presenter. Practice copying their style completely. It's like learning a song. You don't just learn the words, you copy the singer's style, emotion, and delivery. Teaching note: this is more targeted than general shadowing and helps develop a consistent accent. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us. Step-by-step imitation. Choose a 30-second clip of your favorite speaker. Listen 3 times without speaking. Practice repeating each sentence until it sounds similar. Record yourself doing the whole clip. Compare your recording to the original. Phrases for describing imitation. I'm practicing my pronunciation. I want to sound more natural. I'm copying their accent. I'm working on my rhythm. This helps my fluency. Technology has made solo practice easier than ever. Let's explore some amazing tools and techniques. Technique 7. Record yourself. I know. Most people hate hearing their own voice, but this is one of the most powerful learning tools. Why recording works? You hear your mistakes clearly, You can compare your pronunciation to native speakers. You track your progress over time. You build self-awareness about your speaking. Teaching note: like watching game footage, recording provides objective feedback. Simple recording practice. Choose a topic. What did I do today? Speak for 1 minute. Don't stop. Listen back and take notes. Notice speed, clarity, filler words like like. Practice again and compare. Vocabulary for self-assessment. Record means save your voice on your phone or computer. Assessment is checking and evaluating your performance. Clarity is how clear and understandable your speech is. Filler words are meaningless words like like. Progress is improvement over time. Self-awareness is understanding your own strengths and weaknesses. Technique 8. Use AI and apps. Modern technology gives you a 24/7 speaking partner. Useful apps and tools. AI chatbots like ChatGPT or Google Assistant practice conversations. Pronunciation apps like Elsa Speak get feedback on individual sounds. Voice recorders for simple practice and playback. Language exchange apps when you're ready for real partners. Teaching note: technology provides judgment-free practice space for nervous learners. Phrases for using technology. I practice with language apps. I record myself speaking. The app gives me feedback. I use AI for conversation practice. Technology helps me learn independently. Technique 9. Read aloud. This simple method trains your mouth muscles and improves pronunciation. What to read aloud? News articles. Practice formal language. Children's books. Clear, simple language. Movie subtitles. Conversational language. Even your shopping list. Creative reading practice. Pretend you're a news reporter. Act like you're reading a story to children. Practice different emotions while reading. Teaching note: reading aloud connects written and spoken English. Technique 10. Sing English songs. This is language practice disguised as fun. Benefits of singing: learn natural rhythm and flow. Practice pronunciation in an enjoyable way. Remember vocabulary through melodies. Absorb contractions and connected speech. Best songs for practice. Choose clear singers like Ed Sheeran or the Beatles. Pick songs you enjoy. Start with slower songs. Focus on matching pronunciation, not just melody. Vocabulary for singing practice. Melody is the tune of a song. Lyrics are the words of a song. Rhythm is the musical pattern. Flow is smooth, natural speech. Contractions are short forms like I'm, don't, gonna. You now have 10 powerful techniques for practicing English speaking completely alone. Remember, You don't need a partner. You just need consistency and creativity. Your 7-day solo speaking challenge. Day 1 to 2, practice thinking in English for 5 minutes daily. Day 3 to 4, try shadowing with a 1-minute video clip. Day 5 to 6, record yourself speaking for 1 minute about your day. Day 7, celebrate by singing an English song. Key phrases to remember. I can practice speaking alone. I'm building my fluency daily. Every minute of practice counts. I'm training my brain to think in English. Technology is my learning partner. Your homework. Choose one technique from today's lesson and practice it for 10 minutes this week. Which technique appeals to you most? Tell me in the comments. Remember, the best English speakers didn't become fluent because they had perfect conditions. They became fluent because they found ways to practice anyway. You have everything you need: your voice, your phone, your creativity, and your determination. The only question is, will you use these tools? Start today. Start small. Start alone. But start. Thank you for practicing with me today. Don't forget to subscribe for more solo learning techniques. And remember, your English speaking journey doesn't require anyone else's permission or participation. You've got this, and you've got everything you need right now. Until next time, keep speaking, keep practicing, and keep believing in yourself. Goodbye. Hello and welcome to Artificial Fluency. I have a question for you. What is your biggest dream? Maybe it's to travel the world, write a book, or just live a happy, peaceful life. Today, we're going to talk all about dreams and goals. But this isn't just a normal conversation. This is a special lesson designed to test and improve your English level. We will travel through 4 levels of English proficiency, starting at a simple B1 level and moving all the way up to a philosophical C2 level. You will hear the language get more complex, the sentences get longer, and the ideas get deeper. This is your chance to see which level you understand best and to challenge yourself to reach the next one. Are you ready to level up? Let's begin. And if you're excited for this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us. It helps us know you enjoy these structured lessons. We begin at level B1, intermediate. At this level, the language is simple, clear, and direct. The focus is on the basic difference between dreams and goals. The podcast we're analyzing puts it beautifully. Dreams are like the big sky, and goals are the small steps that carry you closer one by one. A dream is your ultimate destination. It's the big picture. For example, one of the podcast hosts, Evan, dreams of living by the sea. A goal is a small, actionable step you take to get there. Evan's simple goal is to save a little money each month. Listen to this B1 example. Aaron's dream is to own a bookstore. His goal is to read for 15 minutes every evening. Teaching note. Notice the simple sentence structure. Subject, verb, object. Aaron's goal is to read. Very clear. This is the foundation. A dream is the what and the why. A goal is the how. Let's practice some B1 vocabulary. Discipline. The ability to control yourself and do things that you should do. Reading every day builds discipline. Motivation. The reason why you do something. Visiting the beach gives Evan the motivation to keep saving. Practice time. Now you try. Think of your dream. What is one small B1 level goal you can set today? For example, my dream is to speak English fluently. My goal is to watch this video to the end. Say it out loud. Okay, are you ready to level up? Welcome to level B2, Upper Intermediate. Here, the sentences get longer, the vocabulary is stronger, and we start to see natural, common idioms. At B2, we move from setting goals to the real challenge, sticking to them. The main enemies? Procrastination and distraction. Let's look at the key vocabulary and idioms for this level. Procrastination. This is a fantastic word. It means delaying something you need to do, usually because you don't want to do it. The podcast uses a famous idiom. Procrastination is the thief of time. It steals your time because you are wasting it on unimportant things. Distraction. Something that takes your attention away from what you are supposed to be doing. Evan wants to save money, but the temptation of a new phone is a distraction. This leads to another great idiom. Old habits die hard. This means it's very difficult to stop doing things you have been doing for a long time. So, what's the solution? Deadlines. A deadline turns a vague dream into a tangible or real objective. This brings us to our third B2 idiom. A goal without a plan is just a wish. A deadline is a key part of your plan. Practice time. Let's apply this. Look at your B1 goal. Now, give it a B2 level deadline. For example, my goal is to learn 10 new English words. My deadline is by the end of this week. This simple addition creates pressure and pushes you to act. Let's take a quick breath. We've journeyed from B1, where we set simple goals, to B2, where we learned how to fight procrastination with clear deadlines. The language is getting more complex, but I hope you are following along. If you are learning new words and idioms, please show your support by hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us. It helps us know you enjoy these structured lessons. We make the jump to level C1, Advanced. The language here is denser, the vocabulary is more demanding, and the ideas are more profound and reflective. At C1, we discuss a difficult but essential topic: failure. What happens when your plans don't work? The podcast argues that failure is not just an obstacle, it's an indispensable teacher. Indispensable means absolutely necessary. Failure can be a catalyst for growth. Let's look at the examples. Evan saved money for months, but then his car broke down and dismantled or destroyed his savings. This failure forced him to find smarter ways to manage his money. Aaron received a harsh rejection from a publisher. He felt like he had hit rock bottom, a fantastic idiom meaning he was at his lowest point. But this failure forced him to rewrite his book and make it more authentic. The key message here is about perseverance and fortitude. Perseverance is continuing to do something despite difficulties. Fortitude is courage during pain or adversity. The experience forges or creates your strength. Another great idiom from this section is the darkest hour is just before the dawn. This is a beautiful, hopeful expression that means things often seem their worst right before they get better. It is time for our final level. Welcome to C2, Proficient or Mastery. Here, we move beyond practical advice into abstract philosophical ideas. The challenge is to understand the deep meaning behind the advanced words. At C2, we ask the ultimate question: what is the true purpose of our goals? What is real success? The podcast critiques conventional success, things like money, prestige, and fame. It calls them ephemeral, meaning they last for a very short time. It warns against hollow victories, wins that feel empty. Instead, it proposes a new paradigm or model for success based on two key ideas: authenticity, living a life that aligns with your deepest values, being true to yourself; legacy, what you leave behind. The podcast contrasts a person who builds a hollow empire with a teacher who shapes hundreds of lives, and asks which legacy is more profound or meaningful. The ultimate goal is transcendence, moving beyond superficial measures and ego towards a life of purpose. The final challenge for the listener is a powerful question that makes you think. Are you constructing something enduring and authentic, or are you simply chasing shadows? To chase shadows is to pursue something that is unattainable or not real. We have completed our journey through all 4 levels. We started with a simple B1 goal, learned how to overcome B2 obstacles, found strength in C1 failure, and finally questioned the very nature of success at a C2 level. Which level felt most comfortable for you? Which one was the biggest challenge? It's completely normal if C1 and C2 felt difficult. The purpose of this lesson is to show you the path ahead and give you something to aim for. Your journey to learn English is just like the journey toward any dream. It requires simple goals, the discipline to overcome procrastination, the resilience to learn from mistakes, and a clear idea of why you are doing it. Thank you for leveling up your English with me today. Don't forget to practice by shadowing your favorite sentences from this lesson and leaving a comment below. Keep dreaming, keep setting goals, and keep learning. Until next time. Hello, my amazing English learners. Welcome back to our channel. I want to ask you something, and please be honest with me. Have you ever started learning English feeling super excited and motivated, but then after a few weeks or months, it started feeling really hard? Maybe you thought, I'm not getting better fast enough, or maybe I'm just not good at languages. If you've felt this way, raise your hand. Even if you're watching this alone in your room. I'm raising my hand too because I felt this way about many things in my life. Today, we're going to talk about something very important: why things get hard when we're learning and how to keep going anyway. This isn't just about English. This is about any challenge in life. We're going to learn powerful vocabulary for talking about challenges, struggles, and motivation. You'll practice phrases for encouraging yourself and others. Most importantly, you'll understand that when English gets difficult, it doesn't mean you should quit. It means you're growing. By the end of this lesson, you'll have the English words to describe your challenges and the motivation to keep going. These are conversations you'll have with friends, family, and even yourself. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us. Let's start with a concept that will change how you think about difficulty forever. I want to teach you about something called the wall. No, not a wall made of bricks. This is a metaphor. Key vocabulary. The wall equals the moment when something becomes very difficult and you want to quit. Resistance is the feeling of not wanting to do something difficult. Stagnant is not moving forward, feeling stuck. Overwhelmed is feeling like there's too much to handle. Teaching note: the wall is a powerful metaphor that learners can use in many contexts. What does the wall feel like? In the beginning, learning English is exciting. You learn new words every day. You feel proud when you understand a sentence. But then, the wall appears. Suddenly, grammar feels impossible. You forget words you learned yesterday. You listen to English and think, I don't understand anything. You feel tired, stuck, and lost. Phrases for describing the wall. I've hit a wall. I feel stuck. Progress feels slow. I'm not improving fast enough. This is harder than I expected. Practice with me. I've hit a wall with my English. Pause. Progress feels slow right now. Pause. Good. Here's the important truth. The wall is not your enemy. The wall is not a sign that you should quit. The wall is an invitation to grow. Teaching note: reframing the wall as growth opportunity is crucial for healthy persistence. Think about exercise. When you lift weights, your muscles start to burn. That burning feeling means your muscles are getting stronger. The difficulty is the growth happening. Vocabulary for reframing challenges. Challenge is a difficult situation that helps you grow. Growth is becoming better or stronger. Breakthrough is a moment when you suddenly improve a lot. Edge of comfort zone is the place where easy things end and growth begins. Useful phrases. This challenge is helping me grow. I'm at the edge of my comfort zone. Difficulty means I'm learning. The struggle is part of the process. Common mistake. Don't say, I'm bad at English. Say, English is challenging right now, but I'm growing. Remember, everyone who speaks English well has felt exactly like you feel right now. The difference is they didn't stop when it got hard. Now I want to tell you about the most beautiful part of learning: invisible progress. Let me share a story. Imagine you plant a seed in the ground. Day 1, nothing. Day 7, nothing. Day 14, still nothing. You might think, this seed is not working. Maybe I should give up. But what's really happening? Underground, Invisible to your eyes, that seed is building roots, strong, deep roots. And one day, surprise, a green shoot breaks through the soil. Your brain is like that seed. Every day you study English, even when you don't see progress, your brain is building invisible connections. What invisible progress looks like in English learning? Your brain is connecting new words to words you already know. You're getting used to English sounds and rhythms. Your understanding is slowly getting deeper. You're building confidence, even if you don't notice. Phrases for describing invisible progress. I'm building a strong foundation. Progress is happening, even if I can't see it. I'm growing roots. My brain is working behind the scenes. I trust the process. Practice. I'm building a strong foundation. Pause. I trust the process. Pause. Excellent. The power of small, daily actions. You know what's more powerful than studying English for 3 hours once a week? Studying for 15 minutes every single day. Why? Because daily action builds roots. It builds habits. It builds trust with yourself. Vocabulary for consistency. Consistency is doing something regularly over time. Habit is something you do automatically. Daily practice is doing something every day. Small steps are little actions that add up to big results. Compound effect is when small actions create big results over time. Teaching note: the compound effect is when small daily improvements multiply over time. Encouraging phrases. Small steps lead to big changes. I'm making progress every day. Consistency is more important than perfection. I choose progress over perfection. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us.
Let's talk about a different kind of strength. Most people think strength means doing something big and impressive, but real strength is quieter than that. Real strength is showing up on day 37 when the excitement is gone and you feel tired. Key vocabulary. Show up means to appear, to be present, to not give up. Consistency means doing something regularly, even when you don't want to. Persistence means continuing despite difficulties. Endurance means the ability to continue for a long time. Self-trust means believing in your ability to keep promises to yourself. Teaching note: showing up is a very common phrasal verb meaning to be present or reliable. Think about brushing your teeth. It's a small action that takes 2 minutes, but you do it every day, and that small daily action protects your teeth for your whole life. Learning English is the same. 5 minutes of English every day is more powerful than waiting for the perfect time to study for hours. Phrases for building consistency. I show up for myself every day. I keep my promises to myself. Progress isn't about perfection. I'm building self-trust. Every day, I choose to continue. Practice. I show up for myself every day. I'm building self-trust. Perfect. Redefining success. Instead of asking, how much did I do today? Ask, did I show up at all? Some days you'll study for an hour. Other days you'll just review 5 vocabulary words. Both days are successful because you showed up. Vocabulary for measuring progress. Success means achieving what you set out to do. Achievement is something you've accomplished. Milestone is an important point in your progress. Victory is a success, especially after struggle. Breakthrough is sudden improvement. Important phrases. Showing up is a victory. My best looks different every day. I celebrate small wins. Every step counts. I'm proud of my consistency. The story of Oprah Winfrey. Let me tell you about someone who understood this. Oprah Winfrey was born into poverty. She faced many rejections. She was even fired from a job and told she was unfit for television. But she didn't let failure define her. She kept going. She endured. Today, she's one of the most successful people in the world. Teaching note: this shows that even very successful people faced major obstacles. Vocabulary from Oprah's story. Poverty means being very poor. Rejection means being told no. Fired means losing your job. Unfit means not suitable for something. Endure means to continue despite difficulty. Define means to determine what something means. Key message: endurance is more important than speed. It's more important than perfection. It's more important than natural talent. Phrases for endurance. I endure through difficult times. I don't let setbacks define me. I keep going when others quit. Hard seasons make me stronger. I'm building character.
Finally, let's talk about the most important thing, your why. When motivation disappears, and it will disappear, you need something deeper to keep you going. That something is your why. Vocabulary. Why equals your deep reason for doing something. Motivation equals temporary excitement about a goal. Purpose equals your deeper reason that doesn't change. Anchor equals something that keeps you steady. Metaphor. Drive equals the inner force that pushes you forward. Teaching note: distinguish between temporary motivation and deeper purpose.
The difference between a goal and a why. Goal: I want to speak fluent English. Why? I want to connect with people from other cultures and feel confident expressing my ideas. Your goal might change, but your why stays strong. Questions to find your why. Why does learning English matter to me? How will better English change my life? What becomes possible when I speak English well? Who do I want to become through this journey? Phrases for expressing your why. English matters to me because I'm learning English so that I can. My dream is to. I want to become someone who. This journey is important because. Protecting your why. Write down your why. Say it out loud. Remember it when things get hard. When you feel like quitting, don't ask, "Is this worth it?" Instead, ask, "Does this still matter to me?" If the answer is yes, keep going. Encouraging phrases. My why is stronger than my doubts. I remember why this matters. I hold on to my purpose. My dream is worth the struggle. I have something worth fighting for.
You made it through this entire lesson. That itself is proof that you don't give up easily. Remember these key messages. The wall is not your enemy. It's an invitation to grow. Progress is often invisible, like roots growing underground. Real strength is showing up consistently, not being perfect. Your why is stronger than temporary difficulties. Your action plan. Write down your why for learning English. Commit to 10 minutes of English practice every day this week. When you hit a wall, tell yourself, "This means I'm growing." Celebrate small wins. Every day you practice is a victory. Practice these powerful phrases. I trust the process. I'm building something strong. I show up for myself. My why is stronger than my doubts. In the comments, tell me, what's your why for learning English? What keeps you going when it gets hard? Remember, every person who speaks English well has felt exactly like you feel sometimes. The difference is they kept going, and you will too. Thank you for not giving up on yourself. Thank you for showing up today. Keep building those roots. Your breakthrough is coming. Until next time, keep going, keep growing, and keep believing in yourself. You've got this.